your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
Good morning, America. State of emergency. That powerful hurricane pummeling Hawaii right now. Winds up to 120 miles per hour and torrential downpours, triggering extreme flash flooding and landslides. More than 2 feet of rain already. We're tracking the storm this morning.
Turning on Trump, the publisher of the National Enquirer, the president's friend and ally, granted immunity by federal prosecutors, agreeing to give up information on Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen. What he says the president knew about that plot to catch and kill damaging stories about him and those hush money deals.
New details on that Colorado family murder. The video of the father accused of killing his pregnant wife and 2 daughters, talking about why relationships fail, and the new family pictures said to be from their vacation just weeks ago. What the woman who took them is saying about Chris Watts. Dan and Nancy are here to break down the case this morning. And caught on camera, stunning dash cam video of a Chevy Camaro crashing into a school bus, speeding across the median and flipping over, how everyone walked away.
And the global sensation, pop superstar Luis Fonsi is live in Central Park performing his mega hit Despacito and more. Ready to rock our party in the park.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA.
All right, good morning, America. Happy Friday. Yep, we have a big crowd ready to rock in Central Park right there this morning to, yes, one of our summer favorites, Despacito. Luis Fonsi about to heat up the summer stage, and we cannot wait to join him. I think we all might be dancing.
You guys are already joining. You're already there mentally.
Dancing all morning. I'm ready. Here we go. First, though, we do want to get to that state of emergency in Hawaii. Take a look at this drone video above Hilo there. Major flooding already in this area.
That's right, Cecilia. And Hurricane Lane is bearing down this morning, already slamming the island with those powerful winds and torrential rains. More than 2 feet already in some parts, and extreme flash flooding. Let's go to Oahu right now and ABC's Gio Benitez. And Gio, what's going on the ground there?
Hey there, Michael. Good morning. Yeah, we've been feeling those strong wind gusts, nearly 50 miles per hour here on this island. They will get stronger throughout the day as Hurricane Lane slowly gets closer and closer to these islands. This morning, parts of paradise underwater. You can see the deluge in this drone video. Water rising to the top of trees, flooding what used to be a soccer field.
Never seen it like this before.
And take a look at this turbulent, murky brown stream in Hilo. 3 inches of rain falling in an hour, over 2 feet of water already pounding the big island.
We used to run around this park as little kids, and now it's a raging river.
The storm intense, shutting down roads. Watch as this roaring river rushes over a bridge.
It's a gamble with what's coming, and I'm just going to be prepared for the worst.
This gas station swamped with high floodwaters engulfing this car. Hurricane Lane bringing along over 60-mile-per-hour winds. Watch as these residents are rescued from their home, walking arm in arm through the rushing waters.
Hawaii is going to be impacted by Hurricane Lane. The torrential rains, forecasters are predicting over 30 inches in some parts.
Other residents boarding up their homes and businesses, one writing, "Lane, Lane, go away." This Starbucks stopping the lattes and covering its exterior with plywood. And we have been talking to many folks here at the airport. They're just trying to get out of here before this storm actually comes through. They don't want to wait for the aftermath, whatever happens here. They're cutting their vacations short because, Michael, you know what? They just say that they don't know what to do in a hurricane. They've never experienced one before.
Most people are just trying to get out for safety, I'm sure, Gio. Thank you so much. And unfortunately, the worst is yet to come because this is a slow-moving hurricane. And that means a lot more rain for the island. Ginger is tracking that for us this morning. Good morning, Ginger.
Good morning, Michael. And rain and flash flooding is the #1 threat. Just got a brand new number, 31.2 inches reported on the Big Island. This is what happens when you get that much rain. A regular waterfall and river that looks like this. It's called in the Big Pots area, Boiling Pots area. It looks like this after after you add more than 2 feet of water to it. And this storm was still 200 miles away, dropping all of that rain. So you can see all the islands highlighted there with the storm still 200 miles from Oahu. But as it moves closer, even if it stays far away, you get significant rainfall and flash flooding and mudslide potential. Also damaging winds. Remember, outside, tropical storm force winds can go up to 125 miles. It'll be close to Maui tonight through Saturday night by the time it gets to Kauai. Michael?
All right, thank you so much, Ginger. Amy?
All right, Michael, and now to new trouble for President Trump. David Pecker, the president's friend and publisher of the National Enquirer, given immunity in exchange for information about former Trump attorney Michael Cohen. ABC's chief national affairs correspondent Tom Yamas joins us now with all the latest. Good morning, Tom.
Amy, good morning to you. It's the type of high-profile split that would likely grace the cover of the National Enquirer. But this time the story involves the tabloid. The National Enquirer's boss, David Pecker, a longtime Trump ally and friend, talking to prosecutors and, according to a source, telling them the president knew about hush money deals during the campaign. This morning, another jolt to the president's inner circle. Tabloid king David Pecker, head of the National Enquirer and a longtime Trump ally, granted immunity by federal prosecutors. Michael, what's your message to the president? A source telling ABC News he agreed to provide information about Michael Cohen, the president, and the criminal investigation into campaign finance violations.
In April of 1999, when we acquired American Media.
Pecker's company, AMI, owns some of the biggest tabloid and gossip magazines. And in court documents related to Cohen's guilty plea, prosecutors say just 2 months after the president announced his candidacy in June of 2015, Pecker and Cohen hatched a plan to deal with negative stories against Trump by identifying such stories so they could be purchased and their publication avoided. According to the documents, the two men coordinated on silencing 2 women who claimed to have had sexual affairs with the president before he ran for office. Former Playmate Karen McDougal sold her story to Pecker's company AMI, which never published it.
Were you in love with him?
I was, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And do you think he was in love with you?
He was, yeah.
And porn star Stormy Daniels received a $130,000 payoff by Cohen. Court documents allege it was Pecker who told Cohen Daniels was trying to sell her story. And Pecker also helped during the campaign by showering the president with positive news coverage. The National Enquirer endorsing him, a first for the tabloid, while trashing his opponents, including the baseless claim that Senator Ted Cruz's father was involved in the JFK assassination. Then candidate Trump promoting that story.
They got OJ, they got Edwards, they got this. I mean, if that was the New York Times, they would have gotten Pulitzer Prizes for their reporting.
But now the president slamming those who are turning on him.
Everything's wonderful, and then they get 10 years in jail, and they flip on whoever the next highest one is, or as high as you can go. It almost ought to be outlawed. It's not fair.
And we've now learned the relationship between the president and David Pecker so close that sources tell us the National Enquirer actually kept a safe containing Trump-related documents.
Oh, and Tom, the Manhattan District Attorney, there are reports already that they are considering charges against the Trump Organization.
Yeah, this is brand new, but also very, very early in the process. The New York Times is reporting that the Manhattan DA's office is considering pursuing criminal charges against the Trump Organization and 2 senior company officials, specifically looking at how the organization accounted its reimbursement to Michael Cohen for that $130,000 payment to Stormy Daniels. But again, guys, this is still very early in the stages.
All right, Tom Yamas, as always, thank you.
Been a very rough week at the White House there, and part of that is the very public feud between President Trump and Jeff Sessions, the Attorney General uncharacteristically firing back at the president's latest attack, and then just moments later he was over at the White House for what was surely a very awkward face-to-face meeting where we are told that fight didn't even come up. ABC's Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas joins us now. Pierre, the president is still clearly very fired up about this. He just blasted the Attorney General again on Twitter.
Cecilia, good morning. The tit-for-tat continues. The president is already tweeting this morning in response to Sessions firing back at him, suggesting the AG should be investigating Hillary Clinton and former FBI Director James Comey. The president apparently can't let go of his anger about Sessions recusing himself from the Russia investigation. His attacks on Twitter constant recently, but in that new interview with Fox, it appeared to get personal.
Jeff Sessions never took control of the Justice Department, and it's a sort of an incredible thing. He took the job, and then he said, I'm going to recuse myself. I said, what kind of a man is this?
Now, Sessions typically ignores the president's attacks, but this time he's pushing back in a statement saying, I took control of the Department of Justice the day I was sworn in. While I am Attorney General, the actions of the Department of Justice will not be improperly influenced by political considerations. End quote, Cecilia.
Yeah, it was a stunning statement, Pierre, but now it seems to not be a question of whether the president will fire Jeff Sessions, but when, especially on Capitol Hill, people wondering before or after the midterms.
That's a great question, Cecilia. Some Senate Republicans are circling the wagons around Sessions, warning President Trump not to fire him. One senator saying that forcing Sessions out would be, quote, bad for the country. Others, like Senator Lindsey Graham, suggesting that while the president has the right to an attorney general he has faith in, firing Sessions before the midterm elections is a non-starter. But Graham said there will come a point, sooner rather than later, where it will be time to have a new face at the Justice Department. But a growing number of law enforcement officials are worried that President Trump is more concerned about loyalty than the rule of law, and that he's trying to control the Justice Department, Cecilia.
That was a major shift in tone from Lindsey Graham. Okay, Pierre, thank you. Michael?
Thank you, Cecilia. And now to embattled California Congressman Duncan Hunter, who's in court on charges he and his wife illegally used more than $250,000 in campaign funds on themselves. ABC's Lindsay Davids joins us now with more. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Michael. The Hunters appeared in court yesterday defiant and entered pleas of not guilty. While federal law forbids spending of campaign funds for personal purposes, according to the 47-page indictment, the couple did just that, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on travel, tuition, gas, groceries, even dental work.
Overnight, Republican Congressman Duncan Hunter on the defense.
My campaign did make mistakes. There was money spent on things, not by me, but by the campaign, and I paid that back before my last election. I paid back $60,000 after I did an objective audit. This is pure politics.
Earlier in the day, the California representative and his wife, Margaret, pleading not guilty to federal charges that they used $250,000 in campaign money to pay for personal expenses. Prosecutors allege they illegally used more than $15,000 of campaign funds for airline tickets and hotel rooms, including a lavish trip to Italy, more than $11,000 at Costco, $6,000 for their children's tuition, $3,000 on fast food, and even disguised family dental bills paid with campaign funds as a charitable donation to Smiles for Life. On one occasion, prosecutors say when the lawmaker didn't have money to buy shorts, his wife advised him to buy them at a golf shop so they could characterize the purchase as golf balls for wounded warriors. The couple stood next to each other in court but appeared to avoid eye contact. And after that court appearance, Hunter pointed directly to his wife's involvement in his finances.
When I went to Iraq in 2003, the first time I gave her power of attorney, and she handled my finances throughout my entire military career, and that continued on when I got into Congress. She was also the campaign manager, so whatever she did on that'll be looked at too, I'm sure. But I didn't do it.
The investigation started more than 7 years ago, and the charges were brought by a Trump appointee. But Hunter maintains the indictment is politically motivated.
The U.S. government can do what they want whenever they want to, and they've showed that against me. They showed it against Trump.
Hunter says he has no intention of going anywhere, vowing to stay in the race in November's upcoming congressional election.
We're going to fight through it and win, and the people get to vote in November.
Under California law, because Hunter won the primary in June, his name cannot be removed from the ballot. Also, California does not allow write-ins, so these allegations could put a traditionally Republican seat up for grabs.
Definitely up for grabs. We'll watch this one play out in court, looks like.
All right,
thank you so much,
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Thank you very much. And now to the very latest on the murder of Molly Tibbetts. Preliminary autopsy results have been released as we learn more about those final moments of her life. ABC's Alex Perez has the story.
According to a preliminary autopsy report, Molly Tibbetts died from multiple sharp force injuries, indicating that she was stabbed to death.
Mr. Rivera, did you kill Molly Tibbetts?
A judge ordering the suspect, a 24-year-old Christian Rivera, held on a $5 million cash bond.
Mr. Rivera, you have been charged with murder in the first degree.
Investigators say Rivera followed Tibbetts when she was out for a run, abducted and killed her, then put her in the trunk of his car and dumped her body in a cornfield. This morning, we are learning more details about Rivera. His girlfriend, Iris Menares, who attended the bail hearing, attended the same high school as Molly. Yearbook photos show them both at the school. They appear to even have been friends on Facebook. But investigators maintain there is no evidence they actually knew each other, saying in a small town it's not unusual for people who go to the same school together to be friends on Facebook without being personally acquainted.
And the suspect has not yet entered a plea. He's due back in court next week. Cecilia?
Okay, Alex, thank you. We want to turn now to the school district on high alert just as students get ready to return to class. The decision to hire armed officers following a violent online threat by a middle school student. ABC's Whit Johnson joins us more with this, has parents really fired up.
Absolutely. Strong opinions on all sides. Good morning to you. This student posting that alarming threat, posing with semi-automatic weapons. It's now prompting dramatic change at one Pennsylvania district and highlighting an issue schools are grappling with across the country: how to protect our kids from violence and school shootings. This morning, growing outrage in Pennsylvania as parents learn armed officers will soon monitor their schools.
The thought of having a militarized school for them is not the way I want to raise them.
The Upper St. Clair School District unanimously passing a motion to hire 6 armed officers following the discovery of these disturbing images a student posted on social media. The unnamed minor reportedly writing, "It's time to take revenge against the popular kids at school," and "I have real Fortnite guns," referencing a popular survivalist video game.
I do not feel comfortable sending my child to school on Monday morning without knowing if this individual will be in that classroom or building or not.
The FBI is now investigating.
Safety and security is our top priority. It's essential to everything we do in our schools and in our classrooms.
But the issue is dividing the community.
I don't think the kids even notice whether a police officer has the handgun or not. If they do notice it, then that should give them security.
As for the unidentified student, the district will not say if he will be attending class when school starts on Monday. Across the country, there have been 23 school shootings so far in 2018. You can see the emotion, the parents talking about this, strong opinions on all sides.
Tough debate there, definitely.
Yeah.
Thanks, Whit. Michael?
All right, thank you. We're going to turn now to an unbearable late-night hotel guest. The staff at the Stanley Hotel in Colorado had a bit of a scare when this big guy crawled his way into the lobby. That is a bear, yes. I don't think anyone was about to scold him about jumping on the furniture, but people are pointing out that this might not be the most frightening thing about this hotel, because this is the very place that inspired the movie The Shining. Yeah.
The Overlook
You
Hotel.
love scary movies. Have you been to this hotel
Stephen
yet?
King, but no, it's on my list of things to do and a place to stay. I love it.
After watching the bear walk in the lobby, you still want to go?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that makes it even cooler, right?
The bear's just cruising around? Is that
He's just cruising around.
All right.
Anyone?
I'm not going on vacation with you two.
Volunteering to be the one to shoo it away.
All right, we're going to head back over to Ginger now, more with some severe storms out there.
Yes, the monsoon storms that have 1.5 inches of rain in Phoenix, and this is what happens. Multiple water rescues, roads closed, and this is happening from here to Utah. And now the severe storm forecast brings you to the Midwest. So Cedar Rapids within that slight risk area today, from southern Minnesota all the way through northern Missouri. Don't forget about the large hail risk in there too, along with the damaging winds. Your local weather in 30 seconds. First, the weekend getaways, sponsored by Liberty Mutual.
You're headed down the highway when the guy in front slams on his brakes out of nowhere. You do too, but not in time. Hey, no big deal. You got a good record, and Liberty Mutual won't hold a grudge by raising your rates over one mistake. You hear that, Karen? Liberty Mutual doesn't hold grudges. How mature of them.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise their rates because of their first accident. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Out the door this finally Friday, feeling fine. Also feeling a little cool. We're going to be continuing to stay in the 50s to around 60 degrees through about 8 o'clock, and then those temperatures start climbing. 81 degrees for your lunch hour. Our high 84. Low humidity today, looking great for your Friday evening plans, and the weekend looking pretty good as well. Saturday, dry, low humidity 84. A little hotter Sunday with building humidity 90 degrees. The real heat and humidity making a comeback early next week.
It's so fresh out there this morning in the Northeast. It feels almost like fall, but don't worry, August coming back next week.
Oh, I was loving the fall.
Well,
all right.
You're not ready.
Not
Scary movies.
I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Sorry.
We are not ready for that yet. Thanks, Ginger. Coming up, we've got new details on that heartbreaking Colorado murder. Video of the husband accused of killing his pregnant wife and daughters. On why relationships fail, Dan and Nancy join us live to break it all down.
And that free-range parenting firestormed a mom who had the police called on her for letting her 8-year-old walk the dog by herself. Here live.
It's absolute confidence in 30,000.